Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Retail Money Investments. My name is Vinod. I'm so excited to create this video for you guys. I'll share my analysis to answer the question if Ford stock is a buy. If you like my content, please do like and subscribe for my channel for more exciting videos on my investments, trades, and analysis. I'm trying to cover 4 key elements in this video. We will look into Ford company's financial, also stock performance. We will look at Ford's global demand for products. We'll also look at Ford's competitor and EV euphoria, and then decide if Ford is a good investment opportunity. Let's quickly jump into stock performance first. The stock is currently trading at below $7 mark. So if you look at before the pandemic hit, the stock was trading around $9.22. Uh, During the lows of pandemic, the stock was around $4.23. And again, similar to most of the stocks on the stock market, which took almost like 50 to 60%, so which is more in line for the reason for this downturn. Since then, as you guys can see, the stock had probably recovered almost 70% from the pandemic lows. So if you had invested at say the lows, March lows, so it was almost 100% return on first week of June. Then you can see that there is a little bit of profit taking, and then it made a base around $6. Since then, it started another uptrend. My bet is it's gonna take out the previous high of 8 in probably 2 to 3 weeks time. Okay, but we are looking at a longer term investment advice here. Let's probably look at a longer term analysis of the stock. So if you look at 1 year graph for Ford stock, and again, nothing much, stocks trading between $10, $9, and then as we know why the reason for this downturn as well as the upturn we discussed. And again, why the stock risen, and again, one is it's the recovery play, the economy coming back online, as well as Ford was more attractive at let's say $4 to $5 level, because it was trading around 17 billion market cap, which did not make sense considering they had a cash balance around $30 billion. So that's why a lot of people invested in it. And talking about a lot of people, quickly we look into Robinhood trades. Ford is the number one let's say holdings within the Robinhood community. I'm using Robin Track, which kind of gives us the view of the leaderboard of all the holdings within Robinhood platform. So this is a good indications to see where the retail money is going into. So this channel name itself is Retail Money Investments. So I keep a track on in terms of what all other retail investors are doing. As you guys can see, Ford is always a good, Ford is the number one investment holdings for 942,000 users. This user can hold one stock, or they may hold thousands of stocks. So just to give an example, so it's a number one hold in retail community. For me, I think again, you guys can see that I have some EVs as well as a couple of ICE companies here, Ford and as well as GM. These are the ones which I keep track of. I'm an investor in Tesla and NIO. The reason I'm making this video is I think I had sold some of the Tesla stocks. So if you guys have seen my other videos, so I had probably 400 odd Tesla stock. In this, I had like 150. So recently, as you guys can see, I've been selling some of this stock from June, July. So as you guys can see, I've been selling in this uptrend. So I do have a certain amount of cash to invest, around 50,000 pounds or $70,000. So I'm considering Ford to invest. So this is my analysis, which I'm sharing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just gonna show where my current thoughts are. So if you look at the let's say 5-year chart for Ford, as you guys can see, it's not performing well because it was trading around $16 5 years ago. If you had invested that time, you'll be sitting on a 60% loss. And I know that they do pay dividends. Let's talk about that at the end. But again, overall stock returns are not that great with this company. So I think we can quickly answer why this stock is not doing that great by looking into the annual results for this company. As you guys can see, from 2016 to now, the total annual revenues is kind of stagnant around $140 billion. And again, some of you may scratch your head and think that Tesla does only like 25, 30 billion this year, for example, or last year. And these guys are doing 5 times more. Why does their valuation is not like Tesla? You may ask that question. I think it's the future potential is one, or price to earning multiples, which every stock has. and also in the eye of investors, what's the future potential. Like Tesla may do 250 billion in say next 5 years, so there's a lot of room to run. Can Ford do 182, let's say 20 to 30% increase for the next 5 years? Can they do 360 billion in a year? So that's the question which needs to be answered in terms of when investors assign price to earning multiple for some of the stocks. So as you guys can see that I think the annual earnings are not quite high. Sorry, revenues are high, but it's stagnant, and earnings you can see lower. Okay. In terms of the recommendations from analysts, as you guys can see that primarily it's hold. And again, as you guys can see that I think people are waiting for a turnaround for the company. The purpose of this video is to talk about what are those turnarounds. So again, Ford is trading around $27 billion market cap. As I said that during the lows of March, I think it was trading around 16 billion market cap, which was a very good, attractive investment for most of the retail as well as institutional investors. I didn't invest during March. Reason being, my money was stuck up primarily in Tesla, and again, I had bought so many that I think I didn't had any money left to invest in Ford. So I missed out this opportunity. But again, I'm considering for the future investment. And as you guys can see, most of the analyst rating is hold. I would cover how this hold will turn into a strong buy in a minute. Okay, so one of the key elements to talk about is Ford's cash balance. So I think this is again article from end of last year, but they did start the year with 30 odd billion in bank. During pandemic, I think they lost quite a lot of billions, as well as they borrowed around 10 to 15 billion. I think till today they are still sitting on. If you look the up to date informations on financials, they do have quite a good balance sheet. I think almost like, as you guys can see, around $34 billion. And again, this is like the top 10 highest level of cash for short-term assets. That's quite a good thing for the company. So they're not going anywhere. Yeah, some of you guys who follow Tesla, they have 8 billion in cash. So these guys have 34 billion. I think it's more use of that money in the right direction, which is a key for this company. So we need to look at how do they spend this $34 billion in innovative, like new battery technology, or how they gonna invest into future, which is EV. Talking about EV, let's quickly jump into, I'll come back to the future EVs in a minute. So first, one thing we need to understand, what's the market share currently Ford has, right? You need to know that. So if you look at say 2019, they probably did around 4 to 5 million car sales worldwide. This is worldwide, not just US or UK. So you can see probably 1.4 to 1.3 million. So it's 4.5 million roughly in a year. So that's what they're selling compared to Tesla. If you can take it, they do around 500,000 this year. So they're quite a lot, but I think as you guys can see, there's no growth. It's stagnant. That's the key problem with Ford. And Q1, I think you can see a drop, and Q2 will be a bigger one. So roughly what you need to keep in your mind is they sell around 4 to 5 million cars worldwide. And the other key elements, what you need to think about is the Ford's products. Okay, this is where, like those hold calls from analysts will turn into buy or strong buy. That's what I'm also looking into, get some indications from the company in terms of what their future investments when it comes to all electric. As you guys know, currently it's a big EV euphoria with regards to any of the EV companies. Let's say you take Neo, which I'm an investor at. Nicola, I'm not at all an investor at. You can look at why you should not invest. One of the videos I made. And again, markets are giving, let's say, good appreciations to these EV companies because it's green, and also it's where the future is. And again, we should not be discounting legacy automakers. And I know that there are a lot of Tesla bulls as well as uh, who are against ICE or gas companies. These guys are not going anywhere. Currently, we in my family we have two cars. One is as a Tesla Model 3, and one is a BMW. So we still use ICE cars. It's not everybody is going to be EV in, let's say, next 2 years, but that's the future. So, and again, Ford are in major ICE markets currently, right? So they need to have that sufficient time to completely change to EV. And again, they do have quite a good lineup. And I know that some of may question that the battery technology may not be good. With other companies, what they do, they may whack in some more battery into that to get that extra mile to meet Tesla, for example. And I know that this may not be profitable at start, but I think that's a hit which they're gonna take. Even with Tesla, I think it was not profitable for the last 10 years. I think that may be a hit Ford may take also for the next year or two, just to getting users buying their products more, and especially EVs. When it comes to that, I think there's a good margin when they can get to that. So quickly looking into Ford's EV roadmap, and again, some of you guys have already seen Mackie. One of the disappointing things is they don't provide the pre-order numbers. As you can see, that pre-order now open and delivery from spring 2021. So this is probably 7 months away. So let's say if you go back to Tesla stock, in 2016, 2017, when Model 3 was launched, I think the stock was trading around $200, right? $200 to $250. I think Ford is currently at that stage. I know that I think they don't consider I do consider them as a legacy car, but if they are not completely legacy, they are making the right steps to getting into fully EV with Mach-E, as well as I think they've announced the Ford F150 fully EV car. I think I had another data currently, which I think closed it already. So some of the data I wanted to show about Ford F-150. As you guys, some of you know who lives in US, I think this is one of the best-selling cars for them. They sell around 1 million car. And imagine if they can produce a good EV F4 F-150 at a good price range. I think they can get market share. And I know that Tesla coming with Cybertruck, so there will be share for everyone in terms of when it comes to EV market. No one company is going to dominate it, and people who like Ford may stick with Ford. They've been there for hundreds of years. So that's something some of the guys may continue. Some of the guys who likes Tesla, they may just go with Cybertruck. So there will be market share for everyone. A quick turnaround for Ford is to showcase the future roadmap. I think they're starting to showcase that. I think that's what building confidence into retail investments in terms of seeing that, in terms of the Ford Mach-E as well as Ford F-150. And also they've introduced the new Bronco family, which is quite good cars, but again, it's primarily ICE, right? So it's about the key about the transition from ICE to EV. And again, this may not happen overnight for them, because they do need to change their infrastructure to support full EV. But I think they're starting to make that move. So coming back to the chart for Ford, as you guys can see, like if they have done all EV cars, if they're producing all EV cars, the stock would be trading at 40, 50, right? So you won't be able to invest in it. The reason I'm making this video is to see the future potential for this company. Currently, it's trading at 6, and can they, come up with good EV cars? And again, as I said, they're starting to showcase, demonstrate that. But again, until you see it on the road, until you see the performance, you don't gain that confidence. It is a story you need to invest in. And again, they have proved for, as I said, decades and decades with other products where people have bought worldwide. As I said, 4.5 million cars sold every year. So they need to transition that to EV and also capture the market share, which will bring in more revenues as they go forward. That will be the key turnaround for the company. So saying that, just to conclude on my video, the future looks promising for Ford. And if you're already an investor, and again, Ford do pay good dividends. If you're a dividend investor, just to know, you can see that 15 cents every quarter for the last 3-4 years. So it has not changed. And even with the pandemic, they have confirmed that the investors will receive 15 cents per share, which is quite a good thing. But also, I would like them to invest that $34 billion in like good battery engineers or good infrastructure where they can build, upscale their EV. So I think they do have a lot of cash. I think that's the challenges with some of these older companies, where quickly turning around those cash into creating new products, product lines. And also they may have too many products. They need to remove some of them and then only concentrate on their best selling. As I said, F-150 or if Mackie performs well, concentrate on a handful rather than trying to get market share of every different products on the market, which may not be a beneficial one. And again, if I compare with Tesla, they do have only four. And again, if Cybertruck comes five, so you need to have an handful one so that you can have a grip on it, as well as your strongest customer base and what their favorite products are, so that you can develop the future ones also rather than diluting into too many products. That's my analysis of Ford stock. So hopefully this was helpful for you. And again, as I said, I think my view is to add to Ford with the cash I have currently. uh, if you do like the video, please do like as well as subscribe for my channel. And again, I'm not a great YouTuber, so I'm just as you guys seen, a retail investor who invests in stock. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you guys and also share my trades with you. And I will make another video as soon as I buy more. Currently I don't have any shares with Ford. As you guys can see, it's currently trending upwards, so I'm hoping if the market corrects in a week or 2 weeks time, so the stock may come back to sub 6 levels. If not, I may just buy at this level, and again I want to accumulate over a period of time. So and again, when if it goes down, buy more. If it goes up, I think you need to still buy more if you're investing on a long term. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Please do like and subscribe, and again, if you want me to improve, please do comment, as well as if you're a Ford shareholder already, comment what's your thoughts, and if I missed any points, I would try to incorporate in my future videos. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice evening.